The forest rests under a blanket of snow, silent and vast. Inside the castle, the queen sits by an ebony window, a study in quiet focus. Her nimble fingers work with needle and thread, a stark contrast to the cold outside. A sudden, sharp prick of pain disrupts the calm. 3 drops of blood fall, vivid crimson against the pristine snow. The crimson stains the white, a portent of things to come. Sunlight pierces through the arched windows of the queen's chamber, revealing a silent world of dust and sorrow. Her gaze is captured by a stark contrast, crimson blood staining the pristine white snow. Her face is pale, her expression wistful, as if lost in a dream. The queen whispers a heartfelt wish. "I wish for a daughter with skin as white as snow, lips as red as blood, and hair as black as ebony." In the queen's chamber, time unfolds, and a new life begins. A radiant baby girl, Snow White, enters the world, filling the room with innocence. The queen cradles Snow White, a look of pure, maternal love washing over her face. The castle chamber is filled with soft light, illuminating the tender moment. Snow White lies peacefully in the queen's arms, her tiny features a vision of serenity. The queen gazes at Snow White, her heart swelling with hope and affection. The queen's chamber is cloaked in sorrow, a somber stage for final farewells. At the heart of the chamber, the queen lies still, her face pale in death. Beside her, the king kneels, his features etched with the profound lines of inconsolable grief. Shadows dance across the stone floor, mirroring the heavy atmosphere of loss. Mourners stand as silent sentinels, their bowed heads a testament to the queen's memory. The weight of a kingdom's sorrow settles heavily in the air, a palpable blanket of despair. In the opulent throne room, sunlight paints the scene as the weary king stands beside the strikingly beautiful new queen. The new queen smiles, yet a chilling coldness flickers in her eyes, unseen by the adoring courtiers. Sunlight streams through stained glass windows, casting colorful shadows that dance across the throne room. The king remains still, his aging face etched with the burdens of leadership. Courtiers watch from a distance, their expressions a mix of anticipation and hushed apprehension. The queen's chamber is bathed in sunlight, dust motes swirling in the air. The new queen stands before the magic mirror, her silhouette a dark echo in the glass. She turns, her face hard and determined, and she speaks to her reflection. "Mirror, mirror on the wall, who is the fairest of them all?" The magic mirror glows faintly, its surface rippling like water. The queen awaits the mirror's response, her posture rigid. In the queen's chamber, sunlight floods through the arched windows, illuminating the room. The queen stands before a large, ornate mirror, its surface shimmering. The mirror speaks, its voice echoing in the chamber. "You, my queen, are the fairest of all." The queen listens, her expression unreadable as she gazes into her own reflection. Sunlight fills the queen's chamber, highlighting the dust motes dancing in the air as she stands before the antique mirror, her face a mask of anxiety. She stares at her reflection, the ornate frame of the mirror reflecting her troubled gaze. Her voice trembles as she questions the mirror. "Snow White is the fairest of them all?" The mirror's response echoes through the chamber, confirming her deepest fears. The mirror answers ominously. "Snow White is the fairest of them all." The queen's anxiety intensifies, her eyes reflecting the growing storm within her. In the queen's chamber, envy twists her features into a mask of dark ambition. Her eyes narrow, reflecting the cold calculation of a heart consumed by jealousy. With a voice laced with venomous intent, She commands the presence of the huntsman. The shadows of the chamber seem to deepen, mirroring the darkness of her decree. The air crackles with unspoken malice as she awaits the huntsman's arrival, her plot thickening. At the forest's edge, the queen commands, her figure a silhouette against the day's light. The huntsman bows, his face a mask of servitude, as the queen's dark decree hangs in the air. The queen's voice cuts through the silence. Take Snow White into the forest. Her command sharpens. Kill her and bring back her heart. The huntsman remains bowed, a silent promise to fulfill the queen's vengeful wish. The dark forest looms, its shadows swallowing the light as the huntsman guides Snow White into its depths. Snow White trembles, her fear growing with each step deeper into the woods. The huntsman continues forward, deeper into the forest. Snow White stops, looking around with wide, frightened eyes. The trees crowd around them, their branches like skeletal fingers reaching out. In the heart of the forest, dappled sunlight dances through the dense canopy, casting an ethereal glow on the scene. The huntsman unsheathes his knife, the cold steel glinting with deadly intent. Snow White kneels, tears streaming down her face as she begs for her life. Please, spare me. Her desperate plea hangs in the air, unanswered as the huntsman towers over her. In the heart of the forest, the huntsman hesitates, his axe lowered, his face a mask of inner turmoil. Conflict etches deeper lines into his face as he battles with his conscience. A decision hardens his gaze. Run, Snow White. Run far away and never return. His face shows the pain of betrayal as he sets Snow White free. Deep in the forest, Snow White bursts through the undergrowth, desperate and alone. Sunlight barely pierces the dense canopy, casting eerie, elongated shadows around her as she flees. Her breath forms fleeting white clouds in the frigid air, each gasp a testament to her mounting fear. Tears stream down Snow White's face, tracing icy paths on her cheeks as her terror intensifies. She stumbles, her delicate dress torn by the forest's relentless embrace, a symbol of her vulnerability. Utterly lost and consumed by terror, Snow White's world shrinks to the immediate threat of the woods. As dusk descends, Snow White wanders through the dense forest, her silhouette a fragile outline against the fading light. Through the trees, a small cottage emerges, promising warmth and refuge from the encroaching night. She squints, hope flickering in her eyes as she approaches the quaint dwelling. Snow White stops before the cottage. Snow White steps into the cottage, immediately sensing its disarray. The interior is cramped and unkempt, a stark contrast to her expectations. 7 small beds line the room, each a testament to the cottage's diminutive inhabitants. A palpable silence fills the air, hinting at the unseen presence of the 7 dwarfs. She pauses, taking in the scene with a thoughtful expression. The humble cottage holds secrets and stories, waiting to be discovered. After a long day, the 7 dwarfs trudge toward their quaint cottage, their weariness palpable. With a push, the door creaks open, revealing a scene of unexpected tranquility. The dwarfs halt abruptly, their eyes widening in stunned silence. In each of their beds, Snow White lies sleeping peacefully, a vision of ethereal beauty against the rustic backdrop. Sunlight bathes the quaint cottage as Snow White recounts her harrowing escape to the attentive 7 dwarfs. And so, I fled into the woods, hoping to escape the queen's wrath. Snow White confesses, her voice soft with lingering fear. Poor lass, you're safe here with us, Dwarf One assures her, his face etched with sympathy. "Aye, welcome to our humble home," Dwarf 2 adds, his comforting words filling the room. "Stay with us as long as you need." Dwarf 3 offers, his voice filled with genuine care. Sunlight floods the quaint cottage, painting the air with dancing dust motes. In this haven of peace, Snow White's cheerful hum echoes as she sweeps the wooden floor. The tidy cottage stands as a testament to her care, a sanctuary of safety. Above the hearth, a simmering pot promises a hearty meal, a symbol of warmth. Sunlight floods the Queen's chamber, illuminating the silent dance of dust in the air. The Queen stands before the shimmering mirror, her face a canvas of anxiety and vanity. She gazes into the mirror, its surface reflecting her deepest fears and desires. Her voice trembles as she poses the fateful question. "Mirror, mirror on the wall, who is the fairest of them all?" The chamber holds its breath, awaiting the mirror's reply. Sunlight floods the Queen's chamber, illuminating the dust dancing in the air. The Queen stands before an ornate mirror, her face etched with hope and anxiety. The mirror shimmers, its surface rippling like water as anticipation fills the room. The mirror speaks, its voice echoing through the chamber. Snow White, living with the 7 dwarfs, is the fairest of them all. The mirror proclaims. The Queen's hope fades, replaced by a dark resolve as the mirror's words sink in. In the heart of the forest, the Queen, disguised as an old peddler, emerges into a sun-dappled clearing. A woven basket brimming with shiny red apples swings gently, a deceptive offering. She shuffles forward, her eyes fixed on the quaint dwarf's cottage ahead. The idyllic scene belies the dark intent hidden beneath the surface. Snow White, her expression a tapestry of doubt and desire, pauses at the cottage threshold. She extends her hand, drawn to the old peddler's offering. An apple, its crimson hue a stark contrast against the pristine snow. One bite, and her eyes betray a moment of fleeting surprise, quickly replaced by a vacant stare. Her world fades to black as she collapses, a lifeless figure swallowed by the unforgiving snow. Time stands still in the heart of the ancient forest, where dwarfs gather around Snow White, their expressions a mixture of grief and reverence. With infinite care, the dwarfs gently lower Snow White into a crystal coffin, her pale skin a stark contrast to the dark wood. The coffin rests silently among the trees, Snow White's untouched beauty a haunting reminder of life suspended. Months drift by, the forest a silent witness to Snow White's eternal slumber, her peaceful face untouched by time. Sunlight filters through the ancient trees, casting an ethereal glow upon the glass coffin, highlighting Snow White's serene stillness. Even in stillness, Snow White radiates an otherworldly beauty, her presence a haunting melody in the quietude of the forest. In the hushed depths of an ancient forest, a glass coffin reveals Snow White, her beauty untouched by slumber. The prince, cloaked in forest green, is captivated by Snow White's ethereal beauty. He approaches, entranced. He signals to his servants to move the coffin. A stumble, a jolt the poisoned apple dislodged, and Snow White's eyes flutter open. "You are safe now," the prince whispers as Snow White stirs.